Hi, I'm Raphael. You are in my kitchen. I thought it would be a good idea for you to see what I eat and also what my wife eats. So I'm going to give you a little tour of my refrigerator, my pantry, and kind of talk about what things are going on right now. Now, one thing you have to know, I'm a natural competitive bodybuilder. It means I don't take any anabolic steroids or drugs. So right now I'm getting ready for a competition in November. So what you're going to see in my refrigerator might scare you a little bit because it's a little bit regimented, but I'm going to show you where I am right now, kinds of the things I'm doing, and also the way my wife eats. So welcome to my refrigerator. Now what do we have here? I've got a lot of egg whites. These are cage-free egg whites. I think they taste a lot better. They just have more of a fluffier taste to them and almost a sweet taste to them. So I may make some wild rice and have 2 or 3 days worth. I make some chicken. I'm going to be making some later, so I'll keep that on hand. This one isn't made yet, obviously, but I'll make that for a few days. I'll even make some of my vegetables: broccoli, sweet potatoes here. These are some of my staples when I'm competing. I also eat red meat. I like a lean red meat, like a 95.5 grass-fed lean beef. It's a little pricey, but boy, it tastes good. Has omega fatty acids in it. Very, very good for you. Now let's take a little bit more of a tour. Here we've got a couple of different vegetable drawers. So you want to keep some really good fresh vegetables always, available. Have some nice fresh broccoli, lettuce, tomatoes, mushrooms. And mushrooms are pretty versatile. And mix it up a little bit. Get some color into your diet. Carrots, red tomatoes. All these things. You can make some delicious salads and have some real variety in your food. So make your foods colorful. So again, this may not look like the average refrigerator, but here's something else I like, is I like to have cage-free eggs. I eat an egg every single day. Sometimes I eat 2 eggs. There's a lot of talk about in the media lately. I saw some ridiculous article that eggs are as bad as cigarette smoking. Don't believe that nonsense. It's absolutely ridiculous. Eggs are good for you. Just don't eat 5 or 10 a day. That's all. But you can have a lot of variety in your foods. There's a lot of misconceptions about what we can and what we can't eat. Another drawer here, we can't forget about our fruits. Beautiful fruits, some strawberries. Nice fresh strawberries with lunch or in your oatmeal or cereal. I personally love blueberries. I have blueberries every day. I have them in my oatmeal. Apples, fresh apples, you can cut them up. So you really want a good variety of vegetables and fruits and color. My wife also likes to snack on some light Yoplait yogurt. Again, to add a little density to this, there's nothing wrong with throwing a few almonds, a few healthy nuts in here. This food is something I don't necessarily eat. My wife likes things like turkey franks. Okay, she likes to have them sometimes as a quick dinner. She might make them with, say, a nice big salad, have a couple of these. Also cheese. People are afraid of cheese, but there's nothing wrong with some string cheese as a snack. Some of my clients like to have some string cheese as their protein source, maybe a few nuts, a little fruit with that. So there's different ways you can do things to make them more convenient for your day. You can eat a lot of different things, whether you're getting ready for a competition or whether you're just living your life every day. The key is how much you eat, making sure there's quality foods in there, and having some fun food so you keep your sanity. One of my favorite foods on the planet, honestly, if I was on a desert island, there's 2 things I'd want. Peanut butter would be one of them, and pizza would be the other one. Sorry, but I have to be honest with you. This is Smucker's Natural Chunky. You're either a smooth person or you're a chunky person. I tend to love the chunky. I have it every day. It's measured out. It might be a half a tablespoon. It might be a tablespoon, but every single day I have it. So, don't always think, oh, I'm going to go on a diet. Well, look at the foods that you like to eat, and then use portion control with those foods. That's how you start a plan, not I'm going to be going from A to Z. I'm going to be going from something, here's how I eat every day, and now I have to completely change it. That's how you don't want to think. That's what a diet is, and a diet will fail every time. You have to think of the foods that you like. Condiments, very important. Mustard, You can use a little bit of tomato ketchup, a little bit of ketchup. You know, get a little creative with the spices that you use. Even with the boring way that I eat when I'm competing, that will drive most people crazy. I use spices. I use them, you know, abundantly. Very, very good for you. Okay, I think we've got a lot covered here. One other thing that I do too, that I like to do, I'm really big into preparing things, is I may buy meats, and what I do is I'll cut them up and portion them maybe into 6-ounce servings, get some freezer paper, and just keep them stored in here. This way I'm not always guessing. So I like to do that, always preparing. And again, you know, you got to keep your treats in here. This is one that my wife loves. It's an espresso chip, low-fat frozen yogurt. She loves this stuff. My wife's petite. She's 5'2", and she weighs about 115 pounds, 110 pounds, and she maintains that weight, and she eats all the foods that she enjoys. Another little treat here, fruit bars. No sugar added. She has a sweet tooth, and she doesn't deny it, and if she needs to lose 5 pounds during a certain period where maybe she's gained a little bit, she doesn't just start denying all her food. She just keeps it in, lowers the amounts. So that's important. How about those busy times when you just can't cook? Well, healthy choice. You know, there's a lot of actually good, quick foods that you can microwave out there, microwave now, and she tends to like the healthy choice, and she also likes some of the Weight Watcher ones, I believe, and Lean Cuisine as well. So give those a shot. You know, you need some convenience in your diet. It can't be crazy like me every day with my preparing of foods. I'm going to take you on a little bit more of a tour. A couple of weeks ago, August 10th, was my birthday. And honestly, I'm not perfect. My mom came over. She made me a great Cuban meal. You know, my favorite. You know, I grew up in a very traditional Cuban family. Love Cuban food. But, you know, one of my weaknesses is cookies. That's my kryptonite that I wrote about in a previous blog. So she comes over, and she brings these cookies. Like, this is well, they're breaking up now, but this cookie has chopped, crushed walnuts on them, and some whole walnuts, and also some chocolate chip. And honestly, these are the things, like, when you walk into heaven, this is what they hand you. They say, you're going to start your trip, you're going to start your journey here with a cookie that tastes like this. I had 2 of them on my birthday a couple weeks ago. In my off season, when I'm not competing, I'll have some treats like this. I'll have something like this once a week. And also, my wife and I go out to dinner every week. Once a week, sometimes twice. I make wise choices, but also I have fun. I'm not afraid to have fun. If you're good on your plan most of the time, and you know what you're eating, you're using portion control, or better yet, if you're tracking your food on a tracker, and you know your protein, carbohydrate, fat grams, total calories, you can do things like that. You don't have to deny yourself all the time. As far as Pantry goes, most of this is my wife's stuff, but there's some Tostitos blue corn tortilla chips. She likes to have a few of these, a serving. If she's making a sandwich, she might make it on some whole grain bread, have some chicken salad with lettuce and tomato and a tiny bit of this. You can have this on your plan. Again, it's the amount that you choose. So you don't want a huge amount, just portion control. So a serving size. Some other things. I mentioned pasta, how good pasta can be for you. People are afraid to death of carbs. I can't have carbs. I can only have protein. I can only have fat. You don't have to deny yourself. You just have to know how to manipulate these things, and I can help you do that. I tend to like wild rice or brown rice, the rice that takes forever to cook. I find it's got more fiber in it. It's got a nice whole grain flavor to it. My wife doesn't want to do that. She likes a quick rice, you know, like a white rice, boom, get it done. It's really not a problem. It's not going to send you into Fat City. You know, again, it has to do with how much you have. Is it the perfect choice? No, it's not the perfect choice. No one makes a perfect choice every single meal of the day. By the way, one of my favorite condiments in the world is horseradish mustard. I love this. I just put a little bit on chicken or a little on the side. I love this stuff. Find condiments that you enjoy. Now, for my breakfast, I tend to be a real, egg whites, whole egg, oatmeal. I love oatmeal. Oatmeal is in my pantry here. The slow cooking oatmeal, lots of fiber, gives you a nice feeling of density. I put my blueberries in there with a little bit of cinnamon. I love that. My wife wants nothing to do with that. She wants a little bit of cereal in the morning and get out of the house. So she tends to like this Fiber One cereal. As a cereal goes, it's not bad. The fiber's pretty good. If you have a serving, the carbohydrates aren't bad. So put a little bit of milk in there, and she does well on this. She loves it. One of my staples that I really like to have every day is a good whey protein powder. But find one that you like. Find one that's tasty. It's very convenient during the day. Anyway, that's a tour of the food I have in my kitchen, and I'm glad you came in, and I hope to do more of these in the future. And that's it. And if you ever need me, I can help you to get to goal. Just email me here or email me directly at Raphael@fitbyraphael.com.